What's up guys, Shay Stevens here, PDGA number 77522, and it's time for the back nine of my recap of the 2025 Great Eastern Amateur Cup. Let's get to it. Hey guys, before we get to the back nine, I just want to offer an apology. Unfortunately, I was really pushing daylight in this video, and you'll see on like the final hole, I'm basically putting in darkness, so sorry about that. I just really want to get this round in and under my belt, just so I can have it for my own reflective practice. So to make up for that, I am doing a giveaway. So someone will be winning this really sweet Joey Tamale Tour Series Eclipse Envy. I should have been putting with an Eclipse disc on the final hole, so you guys could have seen it, my bad. But yeah, I made sure I got like the red rim with the red pepper so the color syncs up. Yeah, to win this, all you have to do is comment down below and tell me what's your favorite glow disc. So any glow disc you throw, what's your favorite? Just let me know down in the comments, and I'll do a drawing on the next video, and the winner will be getting this from me. So again, guys, sorry about the light as it dies for the end of the round. I did the best I could in post to kind of enhance it, but only had so much to work with. But yeah, with that, on to the back nine. All right, apparently I'm not the only one who thought the weather was, too good to not play. It's a busy afternoon here at Tyler. But yeah, kicking off the back nine of my round, we got hole 9. If you want to know why I'm starting on hole 9, be sure to watch the front 9. We got a 512-foot par 5. Up, dogleg left, straight, dogleg right down a hill. And when they played the Creek OB, I think I've been mentioning the extra OB, like the whole right side of 8 was OB'd the cliff, not just the water. So I played this one pretty well. I think I got a 5 on it. So hopefully I can repeat that again. Just throw my nice overstable fission photon down the middle here. There we go. Ooh, kind of a dead hit on the hill, but fairway. All right, similar situation to what I had to deal with in the tournament, although I was on the left-hand side, and the ground there was so loose, guys. It was like I was wearing roller skates. I could not get a good, get good footing. Every little movement made me slide, so kind of hacked one over into the left side rough. So hopefully, this is much better footing. I can take advantage of it. Nope, hacked it over again. We are replaying. All right, so fortunate that I didn't go into the rough like I did in the tournament. I'm on the edge here. Unfortunately, though, I am right on a ground bee nest. If you can see that in the camera, I don't know if the light's good or not. Yeah, there's a lot of angry around my disc right now. So I'm playing this one back along the line of play. So I'm gonna be right here. So I'll mark, get right about here, mark. And I'm just trying to throw an NV down the chute, set me up for an easy par. All right. Down on the left-hand side. Now time to play get my disc without getting stung. All right. Sorry if that camera angle stunk, guys, but if there's one thing I hate more than taxes, it's bees and wasps. Bees are kind of cool, they do stuff, but wasps and hornets, they just suck. Shout out to the max distance retriever. It's good for more than just water. So I got my disc back unharmed. Not the best position, but I do have a bit of a hyzer shot at this. I'm going to try and swing it around, crash the green. Oh, denied by the branch, but on the green. All right, let's just clean this up. All right, got a par. Also, shout out to Bob Weaver and Rob Stoss. They were spotting this hole in the tournament, and I was happy to see them. All right, so at this point in my tournament, I'm feeling all right. Not shooting my best disc off, but could definitely do better.
But this hole would be the dagger, and we'll talk about it. So I threw my flippy reactor and squared that right tree and had an upshot from behind the bunker. I'm going to try my more overstable reactor, chasing the same line, hopefully. Yep, that's what I wanted. Although I might be in the new hazard. All right, so I cleared it, but we should talk. This is the new B pin, and this whole area here is a hazard short of the basket and to the left, which I guess is cool because if you play out to the safe side, you know, it's kind of a scary thing. You hit the front of the basket, roll into it. Kind of janky, but I don't mind. It's a decent guardian for the B pin, kind of toughens it up a little bit. But this, I'm sorry, this is stupid. So if you are basically like 180 degrees around this basket, you got, it's silly. Like, you'd be within 10 feet of the basket and have no putt. You have to like finesse it up there. Shout out to John on my cart, he pulled it off, but like, you're just down here and the basket is like, I'm under the basket and I got nothing. I have to like step back and maybe turbo. And from a lot of these angles, you don't even have a layup. So I was like by the B pin, gave it a run, and ended up taking a quad bogey on this one. So today, since I've landed on the perfect side, I'm just taking a par. But Tyler is a great course. It doesn't need silly gimmicks. And I feel like this is just a silly gimmick. And I also, from a safety perspective, don't like how the basket is elevated like this. Because you still now, like the old problem that you had with the old sleeve, and now this one, same deal. You need 2 or 3 guys to get this basket safely out of this sleeve. And, you know, trying to get it in here too has got to be a nightmare. I don't want people getting hurt. So yeah, not a terrible fan. The original proposal was kind of lower islands. This is something. All right, so if you couldn't tell from my recap, yeah, I was a bit flustered after hole 10, taking a quad bogey. At that point, I just felt like my tournament was over. I wanted to go home. Not great, so that unfortunately affected my tee shot here on hole 11. I just early release left and went through a ton of stuff, got good distance, but it was ugly. But yeah, 574, par 4. Let's see if we can correct. I'm gonna go with my stable fission photon. Hopefully hit it with a little baby hyzer just to give it some time to stand up, to keep pushing forward. Yep, come on. Ooh, kick me left. All right, I need to stop throwing in the shade for the crappy exposure. But kind of similar to where I ended up in the tournament too. I think I was kind of up on the tree actually. All I had was a pitch out. So here I at least have a bit of a swing. So I'm going to take my photon just out the right there. Hopefully swing back in. Yep, exactly what I wanted. Maybe even a long stab at it. All right. You know, it's getting later in the summer because filming after work is starting to stink. Trying to manage the lighting in here is not great. Long bid. Might be outside circle too, but I think I can get there. If I keep it up. Almost at it. I don't know if it's the, me babying the knee still, but my C2 looks are killing me. I'm putting them on a great line. I'm just like 3 feet short of what I need. All right, hole 12, par 3, 338. I'm going to try and recreate the greatness. I threw an amazing drive on this one, had a birdie putt, and just caged it because I was just still rattled back from hole 10. So yeah, I just got to cut the corner with my overstable fission photon and just let it fly. Hit something late in the flight. We'll see what it was. And so I might actually push that a little bit long just because You know, I didn't throw it on as sharp a hyzer as I did for the tournament. But outside look at it, I'm gonna go with the hyzer just to play it safe. Ooh. All right, let's go tap that in. Ooh, a little high in the chains, but knocked it down. All right, not gonna lie, kind of forget what I did here. I think I took a 6, maybe a 7. I'm gonna go with the old reliable play, flippy photon, left-hand side. Hopefully draw it over. Too much pop. Went through the dirty gap though, and might have a really good shot. All right, pretty ideal drive here, guys. See if we can keep it going. I'm just gonna try and hyzer flip this guy. Nice controlled shot from a standstill. Get to that big tree. Anything past it's bonus. Ugh. I drifted that to the right. All right, guys, I've been squaring this one up for a bit. I have a path here, but it's super low ceiling. I have a wide hyzer forehand. I think that's got to be the play. So we're gonna go pyro. Just guarantee that stability. Run that left side rough, and hopefully give me a look. Uh-oh. Army golf. Left, right, left. Squandering that good drive, guys. Rushing because I'm afraid of the losing the light. What do I want to go with? I want stable fission photon. And we're gonna go tomahawk. Just get me out there. I'm playing for bogey at this point. Dang it, I didn't see those trees on the left. Let's get this one nice and close. Just accept bogey. So, time to range it up. Perfect. All right, that's how you take a bogey. All right, a little formality cleanup off the range. There we go. All right, smart play, limited damage from 2 bad shots. All right, back, almost back into the light. 14, 398 par 4. I threw an ideal drive on this one and then just botched the upshot, so hopefully we can improve upon that. Someone's doing something. All right, so I'm gonna go deflector, just to give me that extra distance. Yep. All right, I think that's perfect. All right, practically the same spot I was in for the tournament. I sent an entropy around the corner, but I sent it just too high, and the high stuff tickled me and shot me in early left and just gave me a tough putt. I got up and down for the 4, but I really wanted this birdie, so learned from my mistake, throw it a little bit lower and just swing it around, hopefully. Oh, that's just as high, but I went over top of it. And I think I parked it. Man, well, I couldn't have done this in the tournament. That would have made me so happy. Harvester of Sorrow. I hate this whole right side's flagged OB, which I've wanted. I like that. So you can't go to the dry creek bed for safety. I threw a flippy photon, hit, stayed inbound, second shot, landed on the edge of a tree and rolled OB, so that hurt. I did manage to save a 5 with a good putt. Switching the play up though, I'm going volt this time. Just trying to hit that gap. I think it's a bit of a safer shot. So let's see if I can execute. Yep. That's all I had to do. Perfect. All right, so let's see if I can capitalize. So the OB ends about where the B pin is. just tails off right, so that's not really a threat. All the flags are just all the silly wasp nests. I'm going to try and just pure this gap with a uplink. I'm playing for a miss to the left, worst case scenario. So a lot of hyzer. Flip more! Oh, that's a birdie putt. Hopefully not on a wasp nest. All right, this should just be an easy cleanup. There we go. Someone's in the soy. So shout out to Ryan Long. He was spotting this hole. Not one disc was lost. But I played it great until the third shot. I thought I pured the gap into the green. Went in early. And unfortunately couldn't punch out and got a bogey. I was really upset because I played this hole so well up until that point. So hopefully I can correct upon that. And then I'm going to go help this guy find his disc after this drive. Swing, bada, swing. Whoo! Just been bounds. Again, another shout out to Nate Fawcett. I think he birdied this boy going the left gap. I want to go right gap though. I want to figure it out. So flippy fission photon. Just going for distance. Oh, get up, boy. Oh, not great positioning. All right, so not ideal. I was up further into the right. I'm still going to push it, though. I'm going to try like a pushing kind of hyzer flip. See if I can kind of straighten one out through that gap. Ooh, I just went dead straight. Ooh, into the corner. That'll be a punchy. All right, guys, sorry for the angle. You can see the basket there on the left, I hope. My mistakes, I usually don't think the basket is as far back as it is. I go in early left. Haven't had much time here on the right. It's not great, though. I have an overhand kind of like flicking a prayer. So sorry, the angle's not gonna be great, but I'm gonna try and get out and get to the putt. All right, we're out in the green. All right, I was playing for a roll, but there's a lot going on this green, so take what I can get though. At least I'm out in the open. I hammered out of the left stuff and was still in it. So long look to save the par. Ooh. All right. Taking a 6. Not terrible. All right, guys, final hole, hole 17. UTA says 591. I'll have the real distance up from a previous round. The sign has just been baked in the sun. I was really frustrated on from the previous hole, and I crushed a drive. I was so happy, but then I squandered the upshot again. Really wanted to get one back, but luckily got the par still, so it wasn't bad. But I wanted to go out with a birdie. Give myself a little victory. I'm gonna try and hit the overstable fission photon, just nice and clean, get me out there. Little nose up, but decent distance. All right. So I'm going to try the over the OB play I did in the tournament. Normally I could just throw something flippy down the chute here. Whole left side's flagged OB, right side high grass OB. I just didn't trust myself and threw it inside and basically laid up left. And then was behind the mozzarella stick, so I didn't even have a putt at it. I'm going to go time lapse, because I want this coming in fast and sharp for some ground play. I just got to make sure I clear this high grass. I love everything about it. Might be a little short, if anything, but it was a good attack. Sorry about the lighting, guys. Last hole. Give me back my summer light. But I didn't push as forward as I wanted to, or I could have gone wider with it. But luckily it did swing out here. It gave me a line to the basket at least. So let's see if we can spin one in there. Oh, just left. All right. Oh, missed that. But clean up. Ending it like I did in the tournament with a par, but definitely ending with a better score. What am I at? -3? Yeah, that's a... No, -4. Dang. That's a 15-point swing? Yeah, not bad at all. But yeah, for final thoughts, back to Shay.
All right, guys, that'll do it for the round. Again, sorry about the lighting at the end there, but vast improvement over my tournament round. Now, obviously, this round was lacking the tournament pressure, but I made much better shot selections this time through, and the score reflected it. I didn't press any stupid shots that wouldn't really benefit me anything. I laid up where appropriate, and yeah, had a much better time out there at Tyler. After that first round, I was really down on myself, but kind of picked my head back up, went out there for round 2 on the west side, and I believe I shot +2, which was exactly my rating. So I know I got it in me. That round, just stuck to the game plan. When bad breaks happened, I just rolled with the punches. And yeah, I know I have that level of golfer in me, so I'm hoping that round 1 was kind of like the last speed bump in my recovery plan to getting back to tournament play. I have signed up for a few more tournaments, so I'm hoping to get a few more rated rounds in before the year is out, just because I started so late. So hopefully I can keep you guys up to date on how I do on those, and hopefully I expect my rating to go down just of how bad round 1 was, but hopefully I can build it back up before the year's out. So stay tuned for all that. But with that, guys, I want to say thank you for all your support. If you have any questions for me, reach out. I'll do my best to answer them. Take care.
Thank you to my sponsors. For all your disc golf needs, check out Phoenix Discs and Foundation Disc Golf.